even after you have been taking massive and massive action, like you have been going all the way, and you still are not getting the results that you want. You still cannot get the outcome that you want. Okay, and what I suggest is like people take this route of doing like so much inner work and then manifesting that reality. And some people just completely ignore the inner side of things and then completely like action, action, action. And then I feel like both actually fail. Like there is this middle ground where you have to take massive, massive action, but you also have to like be inner alignment, like complete inner alignment. And then people say, okay, I've seen like people who aren't inner aligned, who I can see have like limiting beliefs, insecurities, but they still power through and get the fucking result. So what is that about? And I'm just going to say that reality actually works different for you and works different for other people. So what I mean by that is that because you are not powered by your ego anymore. Like, I guess that, or I speculate, I hope that your ego is quite dissolved. I hope that your ego is not as strong as it used to be. For other people, they already have certain beliefs which they curated themselves, some egoic identity that they are the go getter. They have this self egoic image of them, which actually allows them to get the thing, which actually allows them to overpower the inner disalignment and inner insecurities that they have, the feeling of lack that they have. That is why they don't have to deal with the feeling of lack. They can just get it. But as soon as the egoic identity is broken, they cannot get the same results anymore. It's the same thing happened with me. As soon as I got free of my egoic identity, like not completely free, but like relatively free, right? I realized that I am something bigger than my egoic identity, self-realization, a lot of my egoic beliefs about myself, a lot of my identities which I used to hold in regards to myself, they actually broke apart. And then when I actually did the same things which I used to do before, I couldn't do it. Like I wasn't able to get the same kind of results that I got before. And that is because right now my inner disalignment has been exposed to the world. There is no egoic mechanism to actually hide this inner disalignment, this inner lack. So if this inner lack has no filter and is like being broadcasted to the world, you are not capable of getting the thing that you want. The outcome is not within your reach. Okay? So that is why you have to work on inner alignment. So, one technique which I will suggest to you guys, one area of your work which you can look into, which is actually very, very effective, is that take massive action, but then how do you feel whenever you do not take action? Is actually the key point, is actually where your inner abundance is hidden, where you are overridden by lack. That is the place you actually need to give attention to, because whenever you're doing action, now your ego is feeling good about itself that, okay, I'm going after the things I want. I really want this thing and I'm going after it. But then when I do not do that thing, how do I actually feel? Do I feel guilty? Do I feel frustrated? Do I feel hopeless? Do I feel desperate? Do I feel like I'm missing an opportunity? Do I feel like I should have taken that opportunity, that might have given me the result I wanted? Are you actually thinking these things? Are you actually feeling these things in your body? And then maybe you use it as a fuel to go and take action again, to go twice as hard behind the thing that you want. But is that actually the correct way to do it? Because the more you let these things inside of you just stay and multiply, the more you're telling yourself that you have to get lucky. You're not the type of person who can just go in and get the thing that he wants. You have to like do it so much that you need to be lucky. I mean, what I mean by that is that you are trying to do the things so many times that you hope like one time I'll be lucky. Okay? I'll be lucky like once. Or like it's gonna happen. Or if I don't do it, then I'm not going to get this thing at all. Not going to get this thing at all. That is like coming from this place of lack, that you do not believe that you can get this thing while just playing around. You cannot just casually go in, walk in, and then just pick it up and then keep it in your bag. You don't believe that you can do it. So, the next time that you feel that you actually missed an opportunity, when you're not working, when you're not taking action, really dive into these feelings and really tell to yourself that, the opportunity that I missed is not the only opportunity. I feel that if that would have worked out, it would have been such a good thing. You are just trying, you're just hoping to make one thing work. But we are not here to like, an abundant person doesn't just like get one thing done. It is in its nature to like consistently being doing those things again and again and again. Okay, so instead of like focusing on like getting that one client, okay, like yeah, I mean, hopefully I should have been there, I should have like done this, like missing this opportunity by not pursuing this client, and I think that client was in the bag, right? You were actually trying to make one thing happen. Instead, let that shit go and then trust that you are the type of man who doesn't need to get lucky. Even if he's missing a big opportunity, it's no big deal, because there are opportunities everywhere. And then you're going to like succeed again and again and again. So really think about the bad feeling that you feel whenever you miss certain kind of opportunity. Such like the inner frustration, the inner anger, the inner despair, the inner sadness that you feel, the guilt that you feel, okay, or the hope that if I had done this, I should not have missed it, because I feel like that could have been the one. Okay? Like instead of doing that, just feel whatever feelings you feel inside of you whenever you think about those things. Let yourself be comfortable when you're not taking action. Let yourself feel good even in the presence of such feelings. Even when you're thinking that, yeah, I missed that opportunity. Yeah. So what? My life is still the same, and it will be the same even when I'm abundant. Nothing's going to change. Just some things are like gonna get different in the material realm. Nothing in here is going to change. So, whenever you do not do action, really think about it. Really see that, what am I feeling inside? And then sit in those feelings. Be comfortable not taking action and actually sitting in those feelings. But then, whenever, like, I'm not saying that don't take action at all. Rest, but then when you do take action, take such a massive action, like take massive actions, like massive actions, so that whenever you do go out, whenever you do your thing, okay, you actually are practicing your skill, like the art form, and then you are also working on your inner abundance. So this was it for like the inner abundance part of things, and I hope you actually follow through with this. Okay, this is very much related to non-duality, because the more inner abundant you feel, the less your thoughts actually go here and there. The more lack you have inside of you, the more your thoughts are active to like, there's a lack, and then that lack, to fulfill that lack, your mind like goes here to like, oh, I want to get that, oh, I want to get that, what about this, what about that, trying to find solutions to fix this, and then you actually go farther away from this non-dual state. So non-duality and self-esteem or self-worth or inner abundance, they go hand in hand. The more inner abundant you are, the more closer you are to non-dual realization. But it doesn't mean that a non-dual realization will like completely extinguish or make disappear like all the lower self-esteem habits that you have. It doesn't do that. What it does is that it brings you closer, or it gives you access to what it is like to sit in high self-esteem, but your body still holds those kind of patterns. So what non-duality does is that it slowly rewires your nervous system and calibrates you towards an actualized, a self-actualized version of yourself, a higher version of yourself, with more self-esteem. So like, this is it for today's video, and I'll try to post more. See ya.